Start with your name, height, and weight.
Thomas Schnepp, 6 foot, and I was 213 yesterday.
So, what division did you compete in, bud? And then go ahead and tell us the show you did and future plans for the rest of the year.
I competed in men's classic physique. I was class C, and my plans for the year are I'm going to do the Western, and then I'm going to do nationals in Florida in December to finish the year off.
Okay, good deal.
Yep.
You can just hold it like that. That's fine. So with today being, I know it's the day after your show, so you kind of just did a pump workout. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about how your off season went and your training and what your diet was like in the off season.
Yeah, my off season was amazing, but I had its moments where I had to push calories really high. I actually got up to my heaviest weight at 250 pounds. Conditioning was still pretty good, and then started dieting. I'd say probably 25 weeks out, came down a little bit, and then took a little bit of a diet break, and then we dieted down the rest of the way for the show. So overall, it was really good. Training was good. Strength was good throughout the entire year. Didn't really have any injuries, which was good. Had some nagging issues, but nothing crazy.
Now, was this the heaviest you competed in ever, bud, then?
Yeah, this is the heaviest weight I've ever been. The previous year, I'd only got up to about, I think I got up to like 226 pounds, 227 pounds. And then other than that, I'd never been that heavy before. So just being bigger in general was just different, and harder to sleep, different stuff like that. But I was also able to move a lot more weight in the gym and really put the weight to use.
Yeah, PRs and stuff.
Oh yeah, yep, which felt good.
So what was what were your spots like during the past year that you really focused on, bud? Were there certain areas you wanted to bring up over the past year?
Yeah, so overall back width was a big one. Didn't really focus on shoulders, as that's like a strong point for me. Inner quads, more development. That's always kind of been like a lagging body part for me. So a lot of lunges. I was lunging twice a week before each leg workout. And then, so overall more size other than that. And a little bit bigger arms. I had an individual arm day that really helped. So.
And you said before that you especially trained for the legs, like you would do 3 days a week or something?
This year, that was in the past.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I first got into bodybuilding, I would train legs 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But now it would just be like more of a quad dominant, hamstring dominant kind of split. One day squatting, the other day like wide leg pressing for hamstrings and ham work in there.
Okay. What's it been like working with Nelson, bud, for you?
It's been a really good experience. I used to be a flexible dieter, so it's been more of designating certain foods to see what worked best for my body, and that seemed to work out really well. Then really paying attention to food partitioning itself to make sure my body was really absorbing everything we were putting into it. Yep.
Okay. What's cardio like? Do you do cardio in the off season, and what's it like now, bud, for your?
So cardio in the off season, I had typically 3 to 4 20-minute sessions, I think is what it was. And pre-show, I was doing, I had 6 weeks out, my weight stalled, so I had to really crank cardio the last 6 weeks before the show, and I was doing an hour on training days and 40 minutes on off days. And then when I would do my cardio on training days, I would split that up to like 40 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes after my workout at night. And that seemed to work pretty good. It keeps my legs fresh. I notice anything over 40 minutes on my legs is really hard on them, especially when you're being intentional with your cardio.
What's your normal training split, bud, for you?
So it was legs on Monday, quad dominant, so I do my squats, and then Tuesday would be chest, and then I would do a bicep movement kind of as like a pump movement, nothing to go to failure, and that would just get blood in the muscle. And then Wednesday would be back and tricep pump movement, and then Thursday would be off. Friday would be hamstrings, And then Saturday will be a full shoulder and arm workout, which is typically a little bit longer workout just because there's so many movements with it. And then Sunday's off. Yep.
Now, also, you run your own. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your training, bud, like your training business, because I know you have a lot of clients in there actually too.
Yeah, I have quite a few clients I coach. Some are pros, some are not. Really depends on the person, on if I'll take them on as a client. I just want to help people reach their own individual goals. But I have currently 10 people I'm working with. Wide variety of challenges, and it's really nice watching people achieve their goals, and that's ultimately why I got into it.
Okay, but so in the past, you competed as a natural athlete and everything in different organizations. Now, as competing in the NPC, just tell us some differences you had, but like off camera, we were talking about eating habits and stuff, and just different way you train now as opposed to back then.
Yeah, so the biggest differences were basically, obviously I had to take in more calories, a significant amount more, especially in the off season. Monitor food partitioning. So as I was growing into these larger weights, my body was actually putting on the weight correctly. And then, I'm trying to think of what else. Just giving myself the right amount of time to put the weight on.
Yeah.
I think that's huge, especially with developing muscle hardness, like we talked about.
How long have you been training, bud, in general?
I've been competitive bodybuilding for 12 years now. Okay. So yesterday was my 17th bodybuilding show.
Okay. So you have good muscle maturity then.
Yeah. So I was competing in those other organizations for about 7 years. And then I did do one NPC show, where I did pretty good, but just didn't have the size. I think it was 175 pounds, and this was in 2014 when I did Mike Frujink's Mr. Grand Rapids. Okay. And I was the leanest guy in my class, but I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And I was 175 pounds, so just didn't have the muscle, but I was the leanest guy in my class for sure.
Physique class when that came
oh
out.
yeah, no, I really and what turned me on to go into the NPC was the new Classic Physique class, because I noticed we had a little bit of a weight cap, and that would allow me to hopefully put the necessary muscle on that I needed to actually be competitive against guys my height.
As opposed to doing open where you
because when I competed in the open, I was getting beat by guys that were 5'8", 5'7", the same weight, and I just don't have that kind of build. I'm not structured that way.
Taller.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're the same height.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Go ahead and talk about what it's like, because we haven't said this yet, but you have you work your job, you have your normal job, your welding job and stuff, and then everything, and then training clients, then prepping. How do you balance everything? Talk a little bit about that, bud.
So it's just having a good support team around you. Yeah. My girlfriend Erin does my food prep and helps me, and she pushes me the hardest out of anybody I know. My business partner's helping with the tree cutting business I own, and then just monitoring my own clients, and then having a good team at my own individual job. I've always been the type of person that I've never been able to sit still or just do one thing. I've always wanted to do more or be more effective at things. So for me, it's hard to just work a 40-hour week job.
And I've heard a lot of athletes talk about this. They almost feel during prep, when they have less time, they feel they're more efficient.
Yeah, 100%. Because I get to the point in prep where, I was talking to Erin about this the other day, and she's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm just hyper focused. I wake up and I have all these things I got to do, and I make an order and I run through them. Cardio done, training done, go work, client check-ins, and then on to the next thing, and then just knock the tasks out." And it just makes it easier for me, at least.
That's cool. What would be your ultimate goal then? To be a physique pro then and compete as a physique pro?
Yeah, my ultimate goal would be to compete as a Classic Physique Pro and maybe do the Arnold someday. That's a show that I've kind of always fell in love with from the first time I went there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of a dream.
It's pretty crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and tell us people you'd like to thank, bud. Friends, family, girlfriends, anyone, coaches, or anyone.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my girlfriend Erin for helping me through my entire prep, dealing with me on days where I might not have been the best person to be around. Short fuse, just tired. You know how it goes. My coach, Coach Nelson, he was always there throughout the whole prep.
Shout out to him. I hope he's feeling better.
Yeah.
Currently he is in the hospital, so I hope.
Yeah. I mean, he's always, if I have any questions, he gets right back to me right away, and even if it's something small. My friends and family, the list just goes on. Remy for putting on a good show yesterday that was ran really thoroughly, and everybody was right in a row. They had everybody lined up, and everything was just organized really well, so that was great. I think that's pretty about it.
Well, we will be catching up with you in a few weeks then, bud, and look forward to seeing what you bring, and good luck at Nationals. But we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
Good luck.